All right, so you guys know the series that the UFC puts up on YouTube, the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. I'm sure you guys have seen that. If that does not describe mixed martial arts to a T, I don't know what does, man. This is the worst zero-sum game there is. Like, by the way, this is not live commentary or anything. I just stripped the commentary from these matches that I recorded beforehand. I didn't get to upload this showcase, so I just stripped the commentary, and I'm going to talk over it just because I want to, talk about what we witnessed yesterday and just talk about just MMA in general, dude, because as I get older, like I've said this before, as I get older, there's just a part of me that's like, I don't know, loving mixed martial arts less. And this is due to me realizing that a big reason why I became a fan of mixed martial arts in the first place is because of the fighters, right? Because of the guys that I started watching. Like, of course, without the fighters, there's no MMA. But without my favorite fighters, without the fighters that I love to watch, I don't know. Like, it's revealing to me that that's what I love more than anything else, right? Like the GSPs of the world, the Israel Adesanyas, the John Jones, the Jose Aldos, the Wonder Boys. These guys are the guys. They're the ones that keep me coming back and wanting to watch MMA. The Alexander Volkanovskis. And dude, when you spent a very long time, for lack of a better term, falling in love with a fighter. I know that sounds gay as shit, but like, you get my point. You spend time learning about a fighter, learning about the fighter's personality, enjoying the fighter's style. You watch the fighter become a champion. You watch the fighter become one of the greatest of all time. You watch the fighter become a pound-for-pound great. You watch him doing incredible things, and you're like, hey, you're happy. It's amazing. This is great. While he's doing all that, he's probably knocking out other people's favorite fighters. He's stopping them. He's hurting them badly. And you're like, this is amazing. My guy is winning. And then one day, your guy gets absolutely flattened. And in that exact moment, you feel what everybody else has been feeling the whole entire time that your guy was on top. I'm sure fans of Anderson Silva experienced that the first time Anderson Silva was on the receiving end of the same thing he had done to other fighters like 11 times beforehand, right? Anderson Silva was the guy to embarrass you, to knock you out cold, to TKO you, to stop you. And then when he got knocked out, everybody was like, oh my God, right? And what happened yesterday just feels very, very similar. Like, of course, we've seen Volkanovski get knocked out. We've seen that before. We saw that with Islam Makhachev. But like, if you want to cope, all right, if you want to make yourself feel better, you can say, okay, look, one, he was fighting Islam Makhachev. Everybody loses to Islam Makhachev. You can say that. That's one. Two, he was fighting in the lightweight division. He was fighting a bigger guy. Three, he took the fight on short notice. Duh, that's what was supposed to happen. You could say that to cope, all right? Islam's the better fighter, we know that. But you could say all that, to make yourself feel better about what happened. But with this one, with yesterday, you can't say any of that. You can't say he was fighting the bigger guy. That's not true. You can't say he was moving up in weight. That's not true. You can't say, he was fighting the much better fighter who we've seen dominate, like, lightweights. No, you can't say that. Like, you can't say he took it on short notice. He wasn't well prepared. I mean, you could maybe make the argument that he needed more time to heal his head from the concussion. But even he himself would tell you that he was as prepared as he's ever been. He came into the fight in shape, prepared, and bro, he got knocked out cold. Not sat down and then TKO'd. He got knocked out cold, bro. And we all saw it happen. And it's like, bro, like how much longer are we going to watch this happen to our favorite fighters? It's like, unless your favorite fighter is smart enough to retire on top, someone like Khabib Nurmagomedov, GSP, these guys are very, very smart to, like, leave. I'm hoping John Jones does the same thing, man. I'm hoping that he just, like, look, I'm the GOAT. I've won. Let me just leave. Unless your favorite fighter does that, man, it's only a matter of time before you see this happen, man. Especially in these lower weight classes where it's a young man's game. In the heavyweight division, in the heavier weight classes, it makes sense because I rocked this guy with a freaking head kick as he was about to stand up. In the heavier weight classes, it makes sense. It's like, all right, look, you know, a lot of really, really good heavyweights are older. But in the lower weight classes, man, it is youth. It is youth. That is really what that's one of the biggest differences. We saw a similar thing with Henry Cejudo. Like, who would have thought Merab Dvalishvili was gonna out-wrestle Henry Cejudo the way he did? You know what I mean? Henry Cejudo, with all his wrestling credentials, everything he's accomplished, he's just too old for the weight class. And you could see that. He was out-hustled in every single aspect. The skill was there, right? But when you're in there, man, and these guys are beating you to punches, they're beating you to positions, they're out-scrambling you. You know, it forces you to question, okay, like, how hard am I able to push compared to these younger guys? It's like DC with John Jones, right? Like DC and John Jones, you can say DC is just as skilled as John Jones, but then it's everything else. It's the attributes. Anyways. So, Volkanovski, no longer the champion of the featherweight division. Did you think that was going to be the case, bro? This man, at one point, was pound for pound number one. Pound for pound number one. And now he has 3 losses in a row, if I remember correctly. He lost to Islam Makhachev, got knocked out to Islam in the second fight, and now he's been knocked out by Ilia Topuria. It's amazing how that happens in MMA. Holy shit. A fighter is on top, and then when they start to lose, it is just lose, 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 lose. Same thing with Jose Aldo. Loses to freaking Conor McGregor. Okay, wins against Frankie Edgar. Then he runs into Max Holloway and loses 2 fights to Max Holloway. Loses to Volkanovski. Like, he's now just, you know, losing all over the place. It's like, man. And now Volkanovski has found he will find himself in the position that the rest of these guys find themselves in, where I can't go out like that. That's the hardest part, bro. I can't go out like that. No. I'm a world champion. I know how good I am. And he's already asking for a rematch. He's asking for a rematch in Spain. I'm like, is that the logical thing to do right now? Maybe not. He just got knocked out twice in a row. He might genuinely need a whole entire year. A whole entire year just to recover, to heal his brain. And if he were to take a year to heal his brain, that's time passing him by. That's his prime literally dissipating. He's getting older. So he's in a seriously tough spot right now. You know what I mean? Like, could he capture the title again? Maybe. If Ilia Topuria were to fight Max Holloway and Max Holloway beats Ilia Topuria, then maybe, you know, Volkanovski could fight Max again and beat Max and then get the title again. But, dude, this might be the last time we see Volkanovski as champion in this weight class. And that's crazy. It's crazy. All because one young man entered his division and that's it. Took it over. Whew. MMA, bro. Like, I just don't know how much longer I can watch my favorite fighters get absolutely obliterated. I don't know, man. Like, because it's like, it hurts. It's not like other sports, right? Where, like, okay, you watch your favorite football team lose and it sucks. But, like, you're not getting knocked out. You know what I mean? They're losing games. Even though this is like a competitive thing, this is more than a game. These guys, you're watching your favorite fighter's consciousness leave his body as he slumps against the cage. Like, you're seeing that happen. It's a different thing, bruh. It's completely different from, like, my favorite team just lost the Super Bowl. Or, like, my favorite team just... You know what I mean? It's like... As I knock this dude out right there. It's brutal. It's brutal. And as I think about it, I don't even know who I can say is going to beat Ilia Topuria right now. Like, when I look at the weight class, right? Like, who? Max Holloway might be able to do it, maybe. But with Topuria's power He might be the one guy to, especially, he might be the one guy to stop Max Holloway in that weight class. It's possible. Especially because Max is about to fight Justin Gaethje. And Justin Gaethje will definitely rattle this man's brain 100%. Is he going to be the same after fighting Justin Gaethje and then having to fight Ilia Topuria? Maybe. That is if they don't give Volkanovski an immediate rematch. Like, I don't know. I don't know. But what I do know is that ain't nobody standing with this guy, bro. No one is standing with this guy. Yeah, there's one more fight here that I'm going to show you guys. Yeah, right there. This is Jose Aldo versus Alexander Volkanovski. I believe this one was a shorter fight. Let me look at this. Yeah, this one was shorter. So I'll be out of you guys' hair in just a moment. I know I'm talking too much, but like, dude, there's a lot, dude. It's a lot. And I want you guys to let me know in the comment section how you felt about it. I know a lot of you, well, some of you are probably just really, really happy. And look, on one side, like, I can be sad for Volkanovski and also like appreciate what I watched. And I do appreciate what I watched. I appreciate beautiful boxing. I appreciate incredible skill. And that is what Topuria demonstrated in there, man. His ability to, this little like stalking thing he does. He just stalks and stalks and stalks. Watches this guy is over there taunting me. He was watching the freaking jab. He slips the jab and flings himself into a combo. Boom, 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 boom. Rushes you against the cage. Now you're against the cage. Shots are flying all over the place. And yeah, you got good defense. Yeah, of course you have good defense. But your good defense only allows you to slip maybe 1, 2. The third one. How do you know what it's gonna be? How do you know? How do you know? You know, if you guys have never tried evading shots, one of the hardest things to do while evading shots is to keep your eye on your opponent. As you're moving, as I knock this dude out, as you're moving your head, like, try it if you've never done it. As you're moving your head, your vision is actually getting blurred just from the act of moving your head. It takes a ridiculous amount of skill to keep your eye on your opponent and track shots as you're ducking and slipping and moving your head, blocking your own eyes with your hands. To keep track of the shots while you're doing all that, it is really, really, really difficult. Which is why combination punches are so difficult to deal with MMA gloves. Boxers can compensate for a lot by just guarding really, really heavy, right? But MMA gloves, bro, it's the head movement, it's the parries, it's the traps, it's everything. And when you're pinned against the cage, bro, you are at their mercy. That's what happened to him, man. Just got butchered. He got clipped. Right hand. Slump, dead. Anyways, I will leave it at that. Thank you for watching the video. If you guys enjoyed it, leave a like on it. And give me your thoughts on the fight. Give me your thoughts on what I said. And, yeah, I will see you guys later with a brand new one. As always, stay safe. Peace out. Have a good one.